everybody, and welcome back to Tina's Tea. This is episode 12, and I'm obviously Tina because who else would be spilling the tea? Tina and her pathetic pigtails. I don't know what's going on, but I'm kind of losing my hair again. So I have like the most scrawny, pathetic pigtails on the face of the planet. It's either stress or it's that maybe it's because I haven't been taking my supplements and vitamins lately. Yeah, bad girl. Got to start doing that again. I mean, I'm telling you, I am losing my freaking hair. So anyway, I have a sort of finished object this week. As you'll know, I was doing that chunky sweater, and it's almost done, but we'll get to that in a minute. First up, as is tradition, let's talk about new yarn in the shop. So this was this week's Wild Card Wednesday. It's called As Dreamers Do, and the name is taken from a line in that song about shooting stars in Pinocchio. You know, when you wish upon a star. Well, maybe it's not about shooting stars per se, but I decided to have some fun with the swatch. So it kind of looks like shooting stars, and I really love it a lot. I know I say this about a lot of my yarns, but I think this would make a really cool sweater. So there's that. I'm also very proud of the fact that I combined yellow and blue and did not make green because color theory rules. So that was the only new yarn in the shop this week, if I remember correctly, and I think I do. So without further ado, let's talk about my sweater. Let me preface this by saying I am not a skinny girl at all. I'm short. I'm 5'3", but I'm also 175 pounds. However, I consistently seem to overestimate how wide I am, especially when it comes to like if I want something to be oversized. I always make it like extra oversized because I want it to be like super cozy. Well, in this case, I knit a sweater that's roughly the length of a football field. Exhibit A. I feel like I just held up a blanket. I don't know how I didn't realize how big it was going to be. That being said, I don't hate how wide it is. It's just, I also grossly overestimated how big the neckline needed to be. I mean, it's pretty much the entire width of my shoulders. And this is after, I grabbed my little, hold on, let me show you. I used my little locking stitch markers and I like pinned the pieces together. And I was like, all right, that looks reasonable. It's a little oversized, but it's a good size for a neckline. Gentle viewer, it was not a good size for a neckline. I also, because I'm using different yarn from the original pattern, now they used a mohair, which is thinner and sits different than this bulky stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a knit around the neckline and I'm going to, decrease. I'm going to do some ribbing. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the black or the pink though. I don't think I want a black neckline. So I think I'm going to do it in the pink. But I have learned quite a bit from knitting this behemoth. I mean, it's cozy and it's thick and it's warm and I will wear it around the house with glee. And I think I had mentioned that this yarn was based on a favorite nail polish. So last night I finished the nails that I have coordinated the sweater with. Well, here's the polish. I don't know if this is not going to be color accurate. As you can see, it's that dusty pink. And I did a fun set of nails, which, okay, that's not too bad. I got a little rose charm on the thumb. I got a funny little iridescent butterfly. I have so many freaking nail charms, and I wasn't gonna do the nail charms, but I do have a ton of them that should be used. I'm not just hoarding nail stuff. And also it's just fun. I love putting ridiculous kitsch on my nails. It makes me happy. So got those done. And in addition to the sweater, So when I was prototyping the Cozy Afternoon colorway, I wanted to get the right shade of pink, so I had to do a couple different tries. So one of those tries, and I know I've shown these gloves before, I still have to knit the frickin' bows on these gloves. So I am putting my foot down. Excuse me, I just burped. There's no excuse for me. I am not allowed to wear those nails until I get these gloves done too. I have to knit the bows and get the buttons on. Oh my gosh, I just burped again. What is wrong with me? And then I can wear those nails. And by then the sweater should be done. So next week I will give you an update on both gloves and sweater. Giant football size sweater that's really kind of like a blanket. So, yeah. Now, in other news, so I know I mentioned in my last episode of 2025 that I really, really, really wanted to finish socks. Well, that did not happen at all. I have not knit a single stitch on socks, in fact. But I would like to knit stitches on socks and get socks done. So I'm going to show off what I need to get done so that it's out there and y'all can hold me accountable. So first up, oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering what I'm wearing around my neck, this is the shawl that I wear outside the house most often. I decided to wear it because, well, first of all, it's fucking cold in here today for some reason. And second of all, my nameplate keeps flashing. This is actually the second time I'm recording this because, like, it just, the light hits it and it's really obnoxious. So I decided to just cover it up. Anyway, this is Hobby Yarn. I forget the name of it. I knit this a while back, but it's got these silly little plastic heart beads that I put on it because I just love it. And the pattern is just my own simple, I think I've talked about it before. It's just a slip stitch on one side and knit on the other. Very mindless and easy and cozy, and I just love those sparkles. And I'm wearing my the hand spun kerchief that I made a while back. So nice and cozy over here. Anyway, so socks number one that I need to finish. This is just a single sock. This is the mate of the sock that got chewed up by a washer machine. So I just need to get this done. This is my colorway called I Could Buy Myself Dried Flowers, which nobody bought. It was a Valentine's yarn from last year. So might actually discontinue it and make way for new Valentine's colorways this year. I really like this one though. It does look a lot like dried flowers. So I need to get this finished because that actually the sock is right in front of me in the box under this laptop. You know, every sock needs a mate. So who am I to deny true sock love? And then we have, in my absolute favorite project bag of all time, my bestie gave me this for my birthday. I love Hulk Hogan. Okay, so the socks that you see in the intro of this video and every Tina's Tea video, they still look like this because I haven't knit them. These are my Shark Week socks and they need to get finished. They need to get finished because I still want to cast on my first socks of 2026, which are going to be, and I know I mentioned this, but I'm going to show you the yarn this time. So this is the yarn from my dear friend Liz Clothier. She sent me this for Christmas, and it's beautiful, and it's self-striping. And I have the perfect butter yellow mini that I dyed years ago. I guess I was testing a color or whatever, and I was just like, oh, what does it look like? Let me put it on a mini. And I just hoarded that mini, and I'm glad I did, because it's going to be the heels and toes on these socks. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. Oh, there's a little stitch marker on here, too. I love that. Little dingle-dangle. So this is from String Theory, Orbit, and the colorway is, I can't read, is that a D or an O? Chelidra serpentina? I don't know what that is. I guess it's in reference to, serpentina is a snake, I guess. So I would have to look up exactly what that is, but it is beautiful. It is really beautiful. So I'm excited to get those started, but I can't get those started until I finish everything else. So I gotta finish my gloves and I gotta finish socks. I still have to finish my friend's hat. And then there's, like, I haven't even told you about all the other stuff I have to finish. I mean, you know, I got sweaters I gotta finish, and I got that sweater dress I gotta finish, and I have this amazing dark green faux fur sweater that I have to finish from like years ago. And I have this beautiful 100% silk shawl that I was working on knitting. It was specifically my fasting shawl because I used to fast a lot. Okay, granted, at the time I had an eating disorder, and so the fasting wasn't necessarily a positive thing when I was doing it. However, I would like to fast in a healthy fashion now. So I might get back to doing that. Also, fasting just saves money, so it's practical. I'm fat and I want to save money. Fasting, ding, 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 we have a winner. So I think I'll get back to working on that at some point. Yeah, there's just so many unfinished projects that I need to and want to finish. And 2026 will be my year, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. As far as the make along goes, so we're definitely going to be doing a Clown Barf make along. That is a go. I will talk to my bestie about getting it on the spreadsheet for people who are in that corner of the internet. The rules are going to be really simple. It's just it has to be acrylic. It has to be variegated. You can't do solid acrylic. No, this is all about the Clown Barf. It can be subtle variegated, like shades of brown or whatever, but it's got to be variegated. Flashing and pooling are very encouraged. And you have to get the sweater knit by the end of the year. That's it. Those are the 3 rules. Acrylic, variegated, get it done by the end of the year. I was thinking about doing a parallel make along too, which I think would just be an easy shoe-in for some of you because you knit sweaters with my yarn a lot. We can do also a parallel one for sweaters made out of my yarn, which, by the way, I am going to be setting up the tiers for the reward program soon. So I'll get that set out and put on the homepage of the website. So the rewards being, like if you create a finished object with my yarn, and then I can use the picture on the website, you get a coupon. And of course, like I said previously, there would be different tiers where, the more you send in, the more of a discount you get. So that'll be pretty cool. But the parallel make along, sweaters made with my yarn would be, God, I really hate that glitching. It's driving me freaking nuts. I wish I knew how to fix that. Anyway, the sweaters made with my yarn would just be, it has to be at least 50% my yarn. Get it done by the end of the year. Bada bing, bada boom. There'll be prizes. Don't know how I'm going to pick winners yet, but easy peasy lemon squeezy. I don't want to do a ton of rules in make-alongs that I do because it's complicated and nobody likes complicated. Just make it easy peasy lemon squeezy and just have fun with it. That's the main goal. So I will talk to my bestie about getting this set up, and I know she's probably watching this. So hi bestie, love you. There's also something coming on the horizon that my bestie and I have been discussing, which I'm going to keep absolutely mum for now. But just know that it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a first-time thing for me, and we are going to have a hoot and a holler with it. And it's also going to benefit Let Them Live, so that's pretty cool. I hope I didn't spill the beans too much. She could smack me if I did. So anyway, I think that's it. That's all for now. I am going to be very strict about getting stuff done this week because besides getting the Patreon yarns out, stuff is pretty slow right now. So I have plenty of time to sit around and knit and plot my next bold move. And I'm going to be getting a side hustle of some sort. Hopefully not selling feet pics, but you got to do what you got to do. Because I am bound and determined to really get myself into a place where I feel comfortable making concrete plans to get out of here this year. I don't I have this overwhelming urge to not stay in New York as much as I love New York. I fluctuate back and forth. I kind of really just want to get entirely out of New York. And I've been eyeing West Virginia for the longest time, so I'm going to keep my eye on places there too. And I know it would be kind of difficult to, because, I don't drive, obviously, so I'm going to have to be very particular about where I move. But it's beautiful and it's cheap and nobody would know me there. And I could just like completely start over and just be the lady that feeds crows and just minds her own business, and it would be fantastic. So I'm still thinking and I'm still plotting, and I'll figure it out. I always do. I have 100% track record of surviving everything and figuring everything out. So I don't see why this time should be any different. So anyway, I've taken up enough of your time now, and I am going to go do stuff. I don't know what stuff I had planned for after this, other than probably cooking food because I'm starving and I haven't eaten yet. Yeah, thank you for watching. If you like watching yarn dyeing videos and you don't want to miss any, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you to my patrons. Special shout out if you are a patron. I'm also working on your yarns this weekend, so they'll be going out starting Monday. And that's about it. Thank you so much for your continued support and for putting up with my foolishness and for coming along with my foolishness and joining me in Clown Barf Make-Alongs. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.